We are live, please. I believe we might be live now. So if we are, can someone give me a heads up and let me know? I believe we might be. So let's get started. Thank you, Reg. Thank you. Good morning and welcome to our monthly webinar, which is From Unseen to Unstoppable. Hi everyone, I am Lucia and I am going to be here this morning with you just to talk a little bit about business growth and the strategies that I have used over the time that I've been on social media. So social media, you might be hearing everywhere that social media is saturated. There is, it's very hard to get seen. You know, there's lots of people that are paying for Facebook ads and etc. etc. There is a strategy that you can use, and we are using it in the Global Business Academy and teaching it to our students and clients. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen, because I do know that everyone has other things to do in their lives and they don't want to spend it just with me today. So, and it looks like there's no rain at the moment for us, so it's a nice time to get those towels out and get them nice and fluffy and dry. But without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. And then I am going, oh, we don't want to see that, do we? We want to see the presentation. So, and let me find it, because I can't find it now, of course. So I should have had this ready for you guys, but as you can see, it doesn't always happen. And life happens and, you know, things get in the way. So here we go. I've got an amazing slide for you. And we are only going to be here today for about 40 minutes. So I hope you can stay with us, those that are watching. If you have any questions, please wait until the end, because I've got a special offer for you and I'd love to share it with you. So, you know, unless you have to go, you know, there's something that you have to do, please just stay to the end. I look forward to sharing my special offer for you. So from unseen to unstoppable, you know, any questions that you might have, cameras on if you can, but if you're busy doing something else, I completely understand. We're all busy people, but we're going to get started. So welcome and thank you so much for being here. A little about me. So I'm Lucia and I live on the Sunshine Coast of Queensland, and a very rainy Sunshine Coast currently. But I have been in the retail industry and business industry for the best part of 25 plus years. And during that time, I've got a message here, my beautiful VA there. So if you've got any questions, please pop them in the chat, because my beautiful VA, Reg, her name is Regine, she will actually be able to answer you. And I have helped business owners. So I've worked for people most of my life in retail, in the retail industry, being a trainer, teaching people how to get sales and how to market and present their products. And during that time, I've learned a lot about organically marketing a business, right? So for the past 10 years, though, I've been self-employed, and I ran a very successful market business, which was women's clothing. And I did that for the past probably about 5 years, but I had a little accident that stopped me from working. So I had to reinvent myself, because I knew that, you know, we all know that there's something there that we want to teach people, that's something special that gives you that drive and that willingness to keep going in life, you know, that's something. So about 4 years ago now, I decided after this little praying that I had, that I'd bring my business online. I thought, yes, I'll get all those clothes and I'll start putting them online, and I'll make $1 million, and that would be it, right? Boom, boom, that wasn't it. It was a steep learning curve. It was a huge learning curve. It's so different face-to-face to online. And learning that skill has taken me, the best part of 4 years and some. I've still got so much more to learn, and I love to share what I learn with others, because as we learn something, we teach it, we actually then reinforce the knowledge that we retain. So what I've found in that 4 years is that social media has done this massive shift transition. And, during that transition, I have learned how to keep, moving forward, moving ahead. I have a very successful business now, and we are... Hi, Naomi, it's lovely to have you here. So we teach our clients how to do exactly what we're doing. And can I just say that one of my beautiful clients yesterday got 4 new clients herself, and I was super proud. I was like just this super proud mama. I am the founder of Global Business Academy, which is the teaching academy for clients and students. So fueling my vision, right, to support people in their business is why I created the academy. And it's bringing that organic marketing and branding and sales to your online space. And it's these skills. So just a little go back a little bit there. During the time that I was working with clothing, I also became a personal stylist. So I've got a very, very strong branding background as well. So understanding, my first coach was actually a graphic designer and taught me many of her skills. And I'm forever thankful that my beautiful coach taught me those. I didn't know it at the time that the struggle that you go through learning branding, design, and messaging. But now I'm eternally grateful. I've had some amazing coaches along my way, and it's led me to the academy now. So Global Business Academy is a place to learn and grow in all fields of sales, marketing, and branding. So we teach clients and students how to build brand identity and grow their business confidence. Now, business confidence is about personal growth as well as business growth. So the two go hand in hand. And like I said, when I first started this, I was a freshman out of face-to-face. So learning the online space and how to captivate your audience and, share your knowledge with the audience is something that you learn. It's a skill that you learn as you go along. And that's how we teach it in the program. Now, we do have, I help you transform your habits and limiting beliefs also, because business is 80% mindset. And we're going to talk a bit more about that a little bit further down the track, because we help you to take back your authority as a leader. Many leaders come to me and they feel very diluted. They feel they're doing a lot of posting. They've got Facebook, and they're not actually getting seen as a leader that they are. In their face-to-face business, they may be leaders, but when it comes to the Facebook or the social media online presence, they've got no presence. So how do you get that back? How do you bring that back to the online space? And that's what I teach. And that's how we help you to get your authority and get you standing in your purpose, bringing that to the online space. As your growth specialist, I will teach you how to grow your following, build a community, and to get clients confidently from your community. Now, this is huge. A lot of people come to me and say, oh, my group's only tiny, it's not really growing. You can actually get clients from 250 people. The people are following you. People follow people. And that's the reason that we encourage you in your group to teach and to share your knowledge. It's part of the business growth strategy and part of the process in the academy that we take you through. So the strategy and, you know, the steps to follow so that you can go from unseen to unstoppable. So understanding that you need to grow your social presence, right? It's huge. And if there's any questions, please pop them in the chat, Naomi or Renee. It's lovely to have you here, ladies. I really appreciate you being here and listening to this presentation. So it takes your business from not being seen to being recognized. And I'm not sure that any of you know me or been following me, but you know, these here and my colors and my branding is very, very in sync with my messaging, right? These are a little bit out there, but so too is my branding, right? My branding is congruent with who I am and who I teach. So, you know, it's okay that we're not all dancing around. You know, there's people that follow that type of person. I'm not that person. So understanding the authentic person that you are as a business owner and supporting you to grow that brand and build your social presence is part of what I really, really encourage my clients to understand and follow. So grow your expertise. Now, grow your expertise is your expertise using the skills that I teach. So it could be that, you know, you're a trained health and wellness coach, or you're a trained chef, or, you know, a foodie. How do you get that message out there to people? You use social media, you use graphic design, you use a video, you know, video reels, huge at the moment. And you can see that when you follow Facebook, which is my brand, you know, like my platform of choice, when you follow Facebook actually gives you the tools. Facebook will help you if you support Facebook. I hope that makes sense. If you utilize the Facebook platform, it will actually elevate your profile. So that's possibly why you've been seeing me on social media, is because I am up to date with all of the algorithms. I'm understanding, you know, how to get seen on social media and building my social presence. And that brings you back to rebuilding your confidence as a leader, because a lot of us, you know, when we have a coach, a lot of our uniqueness gets diluted, and that's a word I use a fair bit, because a lot of leaders do get diluted. Their messaging gets diluted with other people's messaging. So we need to help you stand in your presence as the leader that you are, and that's what we in the Global Business Academy teach you. So taking you from unseen to unstoppable, what does that look like? You know, where does that take you? So we take you on a journey of understanding Facebook, how to use the free Facebook profile, real estate. Facebook has, you know, lots of ways that you can get seen, and we take you on all of those steps. We've been able to grow our community in 12 months to 1,500, almost 1,500 people. And we get our clients from that community. We're educating in that community. We're showing our lifestyle in that community. We're teaching in that community. What was the other thing we're doing? We're having a bit of fun in that community. We're also supporting other business owners. So each week we have a business interview. So we do a spotlight speaker, and we actually interview a business owner that wants to share what they do, how they help people, and we bring that into our community. Like we're doing right now, we're going live in our community and sharing this message in our community. And that's what I'm just about to go and look at, see if anyone can see us, because I didn't do that, right? So let's go into Global Business Leaders and just see who might be watching. So we have a few people in here, so I just need to acknowledge them and see who they are. Hi, Femia. Hi, GV. And Rika, hello. And hi, Nancy. How are you going? I think Nancy may be from overseas as well. So, and coming back to your business, we teach you how to use Facebook real estate. We teach you the steps and strategies that I've taken along the way. Probably miss out some of the tried and tested. You know, we test so much in the business. We don't share the testing side. We actually share what works. So we go through a lot of trial and testing. So we help you to grow your community. We've got a strategy to do that. And then we share with you how you can get clients from that community. And we also help you to create an irresistible offer. A lot of people do not understand how to put an offer together. And we teach you that in the Global Business Academy. Because, you know, putting an irresistible offer together and then launching it is something that many of us want to do. We probably have got it in paper, but we've never actually known how to get it out there. And teaching you how to get it out there is the next process. So, oh, I've gone back. What have I done here? There we go. So business is about building relationships. You cannot grow a business by yourself, right? You cannot. And as I said to you, I've had many coaches and mentors along the way to grow this amazing community that we have of over 1,500 people now. This was a Canva workshop that we did in January this year. And as you can see, so many people, you know, just really want to understand the basics and how to bring that to social media or on the online space and how to get seen, because, you know, getting seen is the key. If you can get yourself around those algorithms, the little robot that's, you know, that's doing all the stuff there now for Facebook, if you know some of the systems that can help you do that, then you're halfway there. So, you know, your hard work and is actually getting seen. Whereas a lot of us, you know, in the beginning, a lot of hard work, like I said to you, putting all those clothes up on Facebook and doing Facebook Lives, it probably sold me absolutely nothing. But then I decided to do like Facebook parties. So what I was doing clothes shopping online for an hour or two every Saturday afternoon. I would sell about $3,000 worth of clothes on those days. So, you know, thinking differently, thinking outside the square and doing things differently. But it always comes back to business basics. And, you know, 25 years ago, the same thing was important. Relationships. You do not go in for the sale. You build a relationship. You market what you let people know what you've got. If you're not sharing, you know, your knowledge and your skill and your expertise to people, how do they know how you can help them? How do they know what the outcome is for them? You know, and that's what these webinars, they're educational, because they actually show you what we can do with your business and help you and support you in your business. So collaboration and relationships, it's huge. Face-to-face, yes, I still do face-to-face, but I also do online. I prefer online. I have to admit, I'm getting a bit older. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I really love the fact that I can do this from this online space. But I love, once I'm out and with people, I love it as well. Face-to-face energizes you. It just gives you that surge of energy that you don't get from doing online. But collaboration and not competition is so important in our business. And I encourage all business owners to collaborate with one another, even when they are doing exactly the same thing. I have 2 clients who teach social media, but they do it in their own way. They've got their own, they've created their own strategy. They've learned from me, but then they've taken what I've taught and tweaked it to suit them. And they're teaching it their way. So, you know, it's not about competition. It's about elevating everyone and supporting one another to help each other grow and grow their business. You know, the people that we surround ourselves are the people that, you know, they can challenge us, or they can, you know, elevate us. So what's the word? I'm thinking of the word. There's challenge, or there's another word. But anyway, it's they can elevate us. So when you come, like, I want to talk a little bit about mindset in business, because business is 80% mindset. And if you come from a fixed mindset, then a lot of things are limiting. You avoid being challenged. You give up easily. You're threatened by others' success. You feel that, you know, everyone is better than what you're doing. You know, you ignore feedback, and you have very fixed abilities. So you don't see the growth potential in yourself. And helping my clients and students understand that is what I encourage many of my students to, you know, just shift that brain, you know, that mindset, because sometimes it's just that tiny shift from confusion to snap you out of it. So a growth mindset is about persevering in the face of failures. And I don't call them failures, I call them tweaking and testing, because I read a book, Girls Stop Apologizing, by, I can't think of her name, but it was something in that, you know, we always say sorry to people for things that, you know, haven't worked as well for them as they have for us. And the thing is that we put the energy in, that person may not have put as much energy in. So effort is required to build those new skills. So, you know, we can't do it once and forget about it. We've got to keep doing it. We've got to keep finding that inspiration or that inspo to keep going. And when I talk to new clients, that is the inspo that keeps me going, because I absolutely love seeing them have the wins, them having the growth, them having the clients, you know, getting the clients. We embrace challenge, right? If you've got a growth mindset, you build your abilities, you keep growing. You know, like I said to you, you know, I've been on this upward curve of learning for the past 10 years, and I'm still learning. I can still learn something every day. So your fixed mindset is very limiting. You avoid challenges. It's a bit of a repeat. So you desire to look smart, but you have very fixed abilities. And then your growth mindset is very freeing. You persevere, you keep going, you find inspiration in others' successes. You know, some of the colleagues that I'm working with at the moment are having amazing success. There's a little bit of, you know, jealousy that comes in, and I'm like, oh, that's so good, guys, you know. And meanwhile, I'm going, what's going on, you know? But, you know, embrace challenges, you know, desire to learn and build on your abilities. So that is something I have to build on. You know, when that little voice comes up for me, I have to build on that. I have to actually unpack it and see why it's still coming up for me. And it's the mindset. It's the mind wants to keep me safe and cushy and not, you know, not challenge me. So, you know, I am happy. I am so happy to be challenged by it. So 80% of business is mindset. So I'd like to just share with you the roadmap of absence to abundance. And the thing with absence to abundance is in business, we go through this quite regularly. But when we first start, it's more the absence. There's something missing in our lives. We don't know what it is exactly, but we know that there's something more there for us, right? And we go along, and discover what it is. We unpack what we really want to do. We start something, and like I said to you, I've started as a personal stylist, as a salesperson, but along the way I've grown all of these abilities. But when I first started, I was feeling that absence, right? I really felt like I didn't have the skills. I wasn't able to come and share my wisdom with people, because I didn't feel connected to who I could actually teach. So that's having that absence mindset, right, in business. And then I moved on a little bit, and I got a coach, and I started to sort of unpack what my knowledge was. Once I started that, I was like, yeah, I've got this, I've got a bit of this, and I've got a bit of that. And then I went into that confusion, like total confusion. What do I teach? How do I teach it? What is it that I'm good at? And I've always been good at sales. Sales is something that has always come to me so easily, because I build relationships first, and then talk about if they want the product or the service. So understanding that was the biggest, I guess, the biggest leap for me. So stopping me from going through that confusion constantly. But can I say, in business, when you are working along and you're gaining that momentum, confusion and imposter will come back into play. As you get busier, and as you are teaching more people, there's a thing in your mind that starts to shift, and you may not be working on something that is really totally fulfilling you. So you go into this confusion, imposter. Why would people want my program? Why I doubt that they understand what I'm teaching. Kind of shut down, shrink away. Those sorts of beliefs come up, and that's where you're sitting in that confusion, imposter. Now, the single most confusing thing about this is that the only way you can get out of confusion and imposter is to take a step forward and create something in your business. So take it from intention into action. And I teach in my academy that if you want to shift your mindset, go in and create something, because you'll create something amazing. Because of all of this confusion and imposter going on in here, you're really not giving yourself space to process absolutely what is in there. There's all these ideas, but there's no way that you can get them out when you're sitting in confusion and imposter, because it's all doubt. It's all doubt driven. It's all negatively driven. So I teach in the academy that you need to create something in your business that will move you out of that mindset. And then you will grow, you will gather momentum again, because you'll be marketing, you'll be sharing, stuff that you are creating. And when you share that stuff, that's when the beauty happens. That's when, you move away from that confusion and imposter again, because you're passionate about what you're sharing and what you're teaching. A bit like me now, right? Because I was sitting in confusion, imposter at the beginning of the week. Sunday it started, and it was just like my whole mindset was just like one big whirlpool. And business is like that, and we've got to ride those bumpy roads. But once you get into that momentum, you see a few people that are, coming into your program, and, you start, getting some sales, and then you're in that abundance again, right? You're in that abundance mindset again. But do we stay there? No, we don't. Unfortunately, we don't stay in abundance. We actually come back to either confusion or the momentum stage. So the momentum stage is where, you know, we're just ticking along nicely. We're doing our things. And, you know, when we tick along nicely for a little while, the confusion and the imposter comes back and it steps in again. We never go right back to absence unless we shrink and disappear. And a lot of people shrink and disappear in their businesses. They step right out and then they've got to start again. And that is the hardest thing, is to begin again, because you can always go down a different track. There is always a possibility to do something, you know, else. So understanding that is super important, but you won't go back to absence if you don't step back. If you stay moving forward, you'll get out of that absence and you'll get out of that confusion, out of that imposter. And to self-turn off notifications and back into momentum again. And that was just a client. So there you go. So it is a true roadmap, and it happens so regularly. Like I said, this week was like that for me. So where are you now? Are you sharing your expertise to the right people? How are you being seen by your audience? My dog is nibbling her blanket, sorry. How do you get found on social media? Are you ready to grow and build your business organically and go from unseen to unstoppable? Now, when I'm interviewing clients, prospective clients, I can actually see where they sit in this little guide that I have created. So, you know, people will come in as, you know, engaging. They're using Facebook or they're using a strategy. They're not quite there yet, or they're moving towards that established. Now, at established, you might be posting, but it's hit and miss. It's hit and miss. And what we want you to get to is that empowered stage. So that empowered stage is where, you know, you're consistently and persistently showing up to your prospective clients, to your prospective customers. Now we get to unstoppable. We don't stay at unstoppable, right? We get to that empowered, unstoppable, and we stay there. But we can actually go back to established again. Just like the resilience roadmap, we can actually go back to established if we step away, because our messaging and showing up is very, very important in social media, because social media is about you. It's about you and the relationship that you have with people. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. So here we go. So relationships and our audience, right? So growing that leadership, growing, you know, do you want to take back your authority as a leader? Do you want to grow and build a community and find your purpose and share your skills and expertise without being salesy? Because that's the key. Many people put posts up on Facebook which are buy my stuff. The thing is that you might hit, you know, one or two, but then it'll be you know, a drought for however long, because people want to get to know you. People want to get to know, like, and trust you, and it hasn't changed. You know, that know, like, and trust is how people get to understand how you teach, what your style is, whether you're consistent, whether you're persistent, you know, whether or not you can give them an outcome to their problem. So understanding your client and your avatar is super important. And most of my clients are just like me, right? They are people that want to get seen on social media. They want to understand how to do branding, and how design can help them get seen on social, what social tools to use, and you know, what problems that I solve for them in their business journey. So you might share, help them with a problem. So, you know, some coaches help people with problems like boundaries or, you know, understanding gut health. So, you know, they're the types of people, interior design, you know, just interior decoration, how to put together an office space. You know, there are people that are experts in that. So understanding what you're an expert in and then sharing that journey and that story is important. And that's how you grow your community, by constantly sharing that outcome that you give to your clients. So I've just got a little sales funnel there. Like, most people will come through the top of the funnel. Most people, you know, and the people at the top of the funnel is everybody. So, you know, if you niche down too early, then you're limiting yourself to who sees you. So it's very important to keep that funnel really, really wide, gather everybody in, and then do your funneling, so that the people at the bottom of the funnel actually want to work with you. So it's super important to understand that you're taking everyone. You're not niching, and I don't teach niching, because to me, sharing your message to this many people and, you know, capturing this many people is better than sharing to this many people and then capturing about this many people, because you don't have the potential to get seen by many. So how are you growing a community? So are you being seen, getting your message out to the right people? Prospective clients know what your expert, you know, do prospective clients know what your expertise is? Are you using Facebook as your free real estate? You know, there's 5 ways on Facebook that you can touch people, you know, not literally, but, you know, touch people through conversation. 5 ways. So are you growing and building a community? Is it part of your game plan? Is it part of your strategy? You know, I'd like to know, because at this level of being unseen, you need some game plan. You cannot get seen by having no game plan. And many of the clients that I teach are invisible. They're not seen at all. And I've done many business growth strategies where the people that I've spoken to, you know, I think I had a florist, I had a, but anyway, the florist had a completely different, we didn't know who she was. And customers want to know who they're dealing with, right? Particularly on Facebook. We will buy from Facebook. It's known that we will buy from Facebook. But if clients and customers don't know who you are and who they're dealing with, they're not obliged to commit to anything. So, you know, this is so important, you know, getting this out there. So giving value with every conversation. So that's at that engaged level, right? So sharing what you know. But what happens is at this engaged level is that you will do it for a little bit, and then you will step away, and you'll come back and do it again. But there's no consistency there, right? You're getting engagement, but then you're stepping back. You don't really know what to do with that engagement because you don't know where that engagement can lead. So you're either being salesy or you're not really having the right conversation to see where that client wants an outcome. You know, you're not asking the right questions, you're not building the rapport, and you're not understanding what the outcome for that client is, you know, what they want from you. So that's at that engaged level, right? So at established, we've identified what outcome our client wants. So we've become quite fluent in it. We can speak to their needs and wants. We share our expertise and skill, but we're still not sure about that outcome. You know, we're not sure on, you know, the support that we will give to help them achieve that. So at the established, we're still really finding our way. Hi, Trish. How are you, beautiful? We're still kind of, finding our way with that that whole outcome. If you look at the why boxes there, we know their wants. We kind of know their needs. We sort of know their desires, and we know what their goal is, or their dream, right? We know their goal. But how do we get them there? What path can we take them on? We at this level, we're established, but we're not really sure on that pathway, taking our clients on that pathway. And then at empowered level, the empowered level, we are talking the talk. We know how to take the client on that journey, on that path, and where we need to lead them to. So, for me, it's Facebook. I do all my marketing, and it's all organic. And then what I'm leading people to is Global Business Academy, right? Because Global Business Academy is the place where people can find the programs that I teach. So, we've got the Get Clients Confidently. We've got the Premium Business Owners membership. And then we've got our VA membership. So, there's 3 different programs that we lead people to in the Global Business Academy. So, Unstoppable, right, is about growing and scaling your business by using Facebook. So, getting audience participation, understanding what they want, educating and sharing your expertise, but also, teaching different ways of doing things, alternate ways, so that the people that are watching in your group go, oh, that's a really good idea, I'll try that. And then to get them to join you in your program, which is my Get Clients Confidently program. And then get them to the point where they're ready to build and launch an irresistible offer. Because social media is the tool of choice, right? So whether it's Instagram, Facebook, it's completely up to you. Facebook and Insta work hand in hand, so you can absolutely use the two together. But at Unstoppable, you are bringing in the lead gen. You're bringing in the clients that you want to teach in your academy, in your programs, and you're sharing that and using Facebook as the tool. So do you know how people find you? I have a business growth strategy call, and anyone that would like to understand how you can get more people seeing you, then please schedule one in the chat, because I'd love to take you through. I'll ask you a few questions around how people are finding you currently. You will be surprised, just maybe where the gaps are. So grow your business, build and grow relationships, build your network, educate, connect, and create your offer to launch. These are the marketing strategies that we use in the Global Business Academy. And like I said to you a minute ago, Bill, book a free business growth audit, because those audits can actually just pinpoint some of the gaps, some of the places that you may be missing, leaving money on the table. You might be leaving money on the table. One of my clients the other week, I was looking at a post and I looked at the feed and I went, turning your language and looking at your language and your messaging, how you answer. A person could be asking for help, but they're not actually asking in a way that is, I want your program. They're possibly wanting to just get to know you better. And this was really relevant in this thread, that this person gave a snippet of a door, like a doorway to have more conversation. And I'm praying that one of those 4 clients is that person that was on Facebook, because that will be great to know that through this strategy, you know, my client is actually getting people from her Facebook group. So get clients confidently programmed. So there's time for no more excuses, right? Ready to take the step. Stop missing opportunities and don't leave money on the table. I did that on purpose, right? Just to see who was watching there, who was watching and picked up the fault. You know, I have a lot of, I like to do posts that have graphic errors, because I like to see who the police are when it comes to the language police. There's a lot of people out there that will pick up on your faults, and you've got to be okay with that. You know, you can't take it personally. You can't, you know, people would judge us. People would judge us in social media. They'll judge us in real life, your families, everyone judges. So it's best to really get you know, really sure about what you're teaching and how you're teaching it, because when you've got a process and a strategy to follow, then you know that the next foot forward is going to move you closer to your clients, and that's what we want for you. So let's, if we can, just for a couple of minutes, Renee and Naomi, thank you. Naomi, I used to work with a girl in a shoe shop called Naomi. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous lady. We had lots of fun in that shoe shop. Yes, that's another story for another day. But that is where I learnt some of my biggest lessons, in the shoe shop, because lots of the little schoolgirls would come trying on shoes, and the girls would disappear, and they'd leave me with these young teenagers that wanted to try on all these new modern. And back in that day, we had Miss Shop, and Miss Shop shoes was in with the normal shoes. And if anyone knows Miss Shop shoes, they know what department I'm talking about. And anyway, they'd come in and they'd love to try on, you know, dozens of pairs of shoes. And they'd gone, you know, and everything was settled, they'd say to me, "Why do you help those girls? They're just, you know, wasting time." And I go, those girls will one day become clients. And sure enough, many of them became, you know, buyers, and would come to the department regularly. Many of those I still know. I've still got relationships with those people 20 years on. So, you know, it's important that you think about not the present, but, you know, for the future, to begin, you know, that future path for yourself. So begin our proven growth strategy. You know, use Facebook to share your skill and expertise. So we teach you all of this. We have weekly group coaching. We have weekly one-on-one coaching. Now, with that one-on-one coaching, we actually look at your business. And as you can see, I'm all about graphic design, and it is super important in business to understand how people see your videos or your messaging. Super, super important. So we take you, well, I take you on your one-on-one coaching. I take you through how you can improve in your business, in your personal profile, in your Facebook business page, in your group page. If you don't have a group, I can show you how to do that and set it up. We create a Facebook funnel, so we bring people to you and to your teaching and your sharing of your expertise, right? We help you to grow your community. We've got a proven strategy that works, and we're using that strategy daily in our business. It's something that when I'm talking to my VAs in the morning, what are the numbers? You know, how many people have joined the group? That's important to know these things, because we keep, you know, a check on where everyone's going. We get emails. How can we give extra service by emails? And finding out how a virtual assistant can help your business. Now, as Global Business Academy, we have a virtual assistant program, and that will support your business. So, you know, scheduling a one-on-one chat is worth your while. So your investment, we have a full payment of $2,500 cash or credit, or we have a payment option of $500 deposit and full payments of $500. The program goes for 4 months. So you've got 4 months of intensive learning on all of these strategies. And as I was saying, you can see that, you know, you can get clients from your Facebook group. We also have, once you've finished the 4-month program, we have, sorry, I'll go back to this. We have, we don't leave you. We don't leave you there. We have something that you can continue with us. And these are some of the beautiful clients that I have coached. Kaz is a vibrancy and energy coach. So she teaches a lot about gut health. And, you know, it's been amazing working with her. She's now got a podcast, which she already had, but she's now grown to teaching. She's actually at the moment doing a masterclass on her private group page, and I'm super proud of her. She's just, you know, her business is just going up and up. She has clients and she has strategy calls. So she's working her business, as you know, on her terms. She loves having a good balance of life and style, so business and lifestyle. So she puts herself out there. She was a kindy teacher, so from the transition was huge for her, and I'm super proud of what she is doing now in the program. She's been with us 12 months now in the program. And then the beautiful Ellie. Now, Ellie and I are colleagues. We have worked closely and we have been coached by a fellow business coach. But when Ellie was looking at her Facebook group, I helped her with implementing the growth strategies that I teach. So we support one another, and this is the collaboration over competition. She's currently running a virtual expo, which I am a sponsor of, and helping each other in business is about getting you seen by other people, by other businesses. And it's about, you know, elevating that person so that you know, you are seen as the leader. You're working beside that person. So as you can see, clients have been coming much easier. Ali is busy in her own program at the moment. She's just finished one program. I believe she's doing a challenge, and then she is going into end of this month. I think she starts another program. So very much, you know, an active member of my group, as I am of her group. So we support one another and collaborate together. So the beautiful Sally Jess is an interior decorator, and you may have heard me talking about her before. She is just amazing at what she teaches. She's got a webinar, she's got a masterclass. She's now getting ready to launch her program to learn all about interior decorating. She's self-taught, and she brings her own authentic way of teaching people. Super proud of her and all that she's doing in her business. Her group is the Stylish Home Decorator, if anyone is interested. So let's connect on social. I'd love for you guys to, I don't have the QR code. QR code's got a bit over the top one when we had COVID, and I'm a bit over QR codes, unfortunately. But, you know, Global Business Leaders is our Facebook group. I'd love you to go over there. There's plenty of live teaching. Business Insights is where I teach, you know, some of these systems. And then we have business interviews, which are Thursdays, and we pick a new interviewee. If you'd like to be an interviewee, Naomi or Renee, I'd love to have you. And then go over to my website, which is in construction, so please be kind, but it's page.luciapeters.co, and find out a little bit more there about Global Business Academy. So don't forget to secure a free business growth strategy audit, and let's get you some clients confidently, because we're all in business, either selling or buying. So it's all about business. And, you know, as soon as we understand that, I think then we get over the whole sale thing. So what I do want to tell you guys about is that I have a free offer for Naomi and Renee. You're both here. I have a PDF, and I haven't put it into the slide, but it is how to create content that engages. And what I'd like to do is offer this free guide to you. And yeah, if you are interested, anyone that's watching the replay of this webinar, if you'd like a copy of the creating content that engages, please put PDF in the chat, and we will message you and get your best email to send it to you. So Renee and Naomi, if you would like that, just pop your emails into the chat box, and we will do that for you. We'll send that to you. But that's us for now. Thank you. We'll see you again next month in our Unseen to Unstoppable webinar, where we have something new, and yeah, see where. Yes, so see how we can help you transform your business and get you seen on social. Bye for now, Facebook land.